Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Die Party Yonder. I guess the final episode of Die Party Yonder, a Numenera system game. This is basically going to be the final episode of the show. A lot of things have happened, but the main reason why the show is coming to an end is mostly because the show has been just interrupted a lot by various things, and it in our eyes and the GM's eyes, aka Dr. Wreckage, who we'll introduce in a moment, we never really got it off the ground, and we never really felt comfortable with it. Like, to put in perspective, the last time we played this game was like, what, 4 weeks ago? Something
Almost.
like that? Yeah.
Or yes. And
a few weeks and
right. And that was on the heels of a couple of absences of the show
before
as
that,
well.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like we came back just long enough to feel like I don't really know what my character's supposed to be like for a couple episodes, and then take another break and not really want to come back to that. But Dave has said, no more shows just ending. We need final episodes for the archives.
that's how we do.
That's how we do.
No, it's not how we do. It's now we've never done. But apparently now, apparently those are the rules. So here's the final episode of Yonder.
It's not gonna be a huge episode. I don't know what Wreckage has planned, but we're hoping. Well, I'm hoping that Jesus Christ, stop. There we go. I hope that our characters will reach at least some sort of like arc conclusion or something like that. Maybe we'll get blown up by the sun. Who knows?
Maybe.
But before we get into any of that, I'm gonna go around and introduce everyone and see what everyone's been doing for the past fucking month. So Pian, let's start with you. How you doing?
Hi guys, I'm Pian. I've been doing pretty well. Pretty well. Moving into a new place next week. Ha 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 ha. That's about all I got.
Nice.
All of my
Everybody's
shows are
moving
ending.
all the time.
I don't know what day of the week it is anymore.
It's yesterday.
It's yesterday. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Mind blown. Okay. I mean, have you been playing any like role-playing games or anything like that?
No.
No.
I haven't played a role-playing game in probably like 2 weeks.
Wow.
It's weird.
I
don't know.
You coming down with like itches and something? Like what's going on there?
I don't know what day of the week. My schedule is just completely like scattered. I don't know when anything is, where anything is. Nothing makes sense. It's my life.
Okay, cool. Speaking about being young and not understanding life and constantly screaming at the television for unknown reasons, we have Tuxtradamus. Like, so have you fixed your mental rage issues yet? Like, what's going on there?
No. I'm just I watching these cartoons, and the Roadrunner just keeps getting away.
Just keeps getting away.
Like, what the heck? And I'm so upset about it.
Keeps getting away, man.
I can't deal with it.
No.
So there's that. Got that whole thing going on in my life.
Fucking Roadrunner, man.
Fucking Roadrunner.
That Acme motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
So there's that. Besides that, things have been pretty good. As I've talked about in the other shows, we have a bunch of role-playing games, a bunch of stuff, work, life. I'm also moving next Saturday. Basically, I'll be out of this place into the next place. So that'd be cool. Let's see, what else I got going on. I got I can't say the word, but I got an Echo and the Prime Day thing yesterday, and I'm liking it. It's pretty cool.
Oh, right. How much did you pay for that?
90. They're usually like,
but it's just Wikipedia.
But I can talk to it, and I can say, All right,
in the cutest possible child voice, say, Alexa, play Digger Digger.
I don't know what that is.
You haven't seen that video? So there's a young boy. He's just like, Alexa, play Digger Digger. And then the Alexa's like, recent searches for porno, dildos, and
hardcore pornography, amateur pornography. Oh, Alexa, no.
Yeah, no, it's a good video. You should definitely check that out.
Yeah. No, there's a little Easter egg thing that I found out about. It says a Mass Effect phrase, so I've done that a few times.
Is it "will bang"? Okay.
No, if you say, here, I'll have it do it. Alexa, does this unit have a soul?
Keyless ally, my friend.
Wow.
It's so cool.
You spend $90 on a thing that does that. Sweet.
It plays music and shit too. I'm enjoying it. I'm happy with my purchase.
All right. Well,
I have one as well. They're pretty sweet, actually.
How long before you got bored of it though, Brian?
I've had it for a year and a half, and I'm not bored of it.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's a good purchase then. It's a good purchase then. It's kind of like I asked that same question to Xbox One owners.
One problem I'm gonna have is during
What's an Xbox One?
During Vampire, because there is an important NPC who shares a name with my new toy.
Oh, Wreckage.
Yes.
Wreckage. You have the power, son.
Keep those headphones plugged in, Tux.
Nice. And be like, Alexa, what is the circumference of a vampire's tooth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, how do we feed on stuff? And then just let us hear from the side to feed.
One
start going off on a thing about food.
Restaurants near you.
In restaurants near you.
Would you like me to place your most recent order of 35 chicken nuggets from McDonald's? Sweet. I mean, what about you said you had a game that you just you brought back or something like that after a hiatus?
Well, we had a couple weeks we had a couple weeks where people had stuff going on, so we weren't able to play it. But yeah, we brought Longfall. Our Wednesday night show was back yesterday. Went very well. We had a lot of stuff happen.
What did I miss?
A lot of stuff.
Great.
Dan, you missed a lot of things.
I always do.
Well, stop missing stuff.
Stop missing.
Stop being a.
Stop missing stuff. Like.
I'll work on it just for you.
So that was cool. We had a really good episode on the comeback, so that was cool. All that stuff's on the YouTube if you care to go check it out. Longfall's a really good game. It's like a whole setting we made ourselves about this weird magic city that floats in the air because people got pushed off the world because there's weird demons, and they invented things that let the city, like the last people on the world in this one city. And so it's about us as cops kind of doing stuff in that.
Is that like a death penalty walking the plank?
Oh yeah, there's a whole we have a whole thing, like people like criminals just get tossed off. Like it's really easy to get rid of dead bodies because you can just push it off the side of the world. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. And
hey buddy, if you don't answer my questions, you'll walk. Means completely different in your game.
We called it Longfall because it's called taking the long fall. Yes, we know branding.
That's it. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Get a shirt that says, "I bet I can fall longer than you." Long fall. Yeah,
that's the thing. Let's write that down.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I got going on.
All right. Speaking about people from the motherhood, let's go on over to the man who screams pregnancy. I don't know where I'm going with this. Hello, Doc. How's your pregnancy coming along? Which month are you in?
I mean, fucking what? I'm trying to work with you here, man, but you're just making it real fucking hard.
Just say the 6th month and you're thinking about terminating it, then we can move on.
Jesus fucking Christ, Dave!
Oh my god!
Wow.
You've crossed a fucking line. Double back.
When Wreckage says you've crossed a line, you've crossed a line.
Hey, I'm getting in my character's mind. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Monty, what up? Doc, talk to me. What have you been up to?
Yeah, I've been playing a bunch of neat little games. I've been doing a pretty cool one called Cosmeteer. It's like an indie sci-fi thing. It's a lot of fun. It's like a spaceship builder with a bit of FTL thrown in and some RimWorld.
Is that the one where you build like out of boxes and shit, and it's like a
Yeah. It's like all grid based and like you just like it's all just boxy and you can put lasers and guns and go off to epic space battles. Honestly, I've had a stupid amount of fun just in the creative mode, just building stupid fleets of ships and sending them to attack each other. And there's a little bit of tactics, like you can have it so like you have one ship come around behind and hit the engines to disable the enemy's ability to turn. If they can't turn and face you, they can't shoot at you. Yeah, another one come around this way and shut down the shields, and it's a lot of fun. It's only been out for a few months. The dev's actually done something really cool. He's released it in early access for free. He's just like, yeah, I mean, I could put it on Steam Greenlight and make a few bucks, or I could have tens of thousands of people play it and get all the feedback I need to make the game better.
So the other guy that did that was the they did it with that game that
Arrow?
No, the crash landing survival thing. God, what's it fucking called? It's like Dwarf Fortress, but like you crash land on a moon or Mars or something. The colony survival game. No, not Starbound.
Riftworld?
Rimworld.
Are you talking about RimWorld?
Yeah, they did that for a while. Like very, very early. Super early.
RimWorld released for free in early access?
Yeah, like very early,
maybe.
very early. And
it does remind a lot of RimWorld.
And then they're like, holy shit, people are downloading this game. Let's sell it on our website for months. And then they made fucking bank. And then they released it on Steam. So
I mean, that's exactly what Notch did with Minecraft. He initially just released it for free, and then he was like, wow, I was just doing this as something to do on the weekend, and apparently millions of people are playing it. Who wants to give me $5 for it? And then he's suddenly a bill.
And then half those people gave him $5, and he's like, what if I make it $10? Yeah. So shit, I don't know. I mean, like, what else is there to do in this early access thing? I mean, is there not much?
There's only 2 game modes right now. There's creative mode, which is infinite money, do whatever you want. And then there's bounty hunter mode, which is you go around fighting other pirates, basically blowing them up, collecting them off with your ships, like maybe 30 tiles. And when you get to later star systems, there are ships that like fill the screen twice over. Like you can get into stupid huge fucking Star Destroyer size spaceships.
Nice.
But at the moment, that's really all there is. He's working on.
Oh wait, I know this game. Is that the one where you can like
surprisingly smooth
dock into another person's ship and then like kill them on the inside?
You can ram them, but there's no boarding or anything like that at the moment.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different game. Don't worry.
Which game is this again, Doc?
Cosmeteer.
Cosmeteer.
I think it's literally just cosmeteer.net to get to the site as well.
Wow, he got a .net?
Look at it.
That's crazy. Cool.
Yeah, cosmeteer.net. The ultimate starship design.
Excellent. Well, I guess the last person we need to introduce from the player side of thing is none other than Lord Spootley himself. How has your servants been recently?
I like that I've been promoted to Lord. I've always wondered how I could do that.
Yeah.
And you just bestowed, someone with a slightly sounding British accent. I mean, I'll take Australian.
Lord Spootley. The third.
Promoted me to Lord. I guess that's all it takes is someone with an accent to just say you're a Lord. So I'll take it.
Yeah.
But no, it's,
anyone of the colonies, born and raised, can actually promote you to Lord. So.
Oh, perfect.
That's how it works.
No, I'm good. I was in Atlanta most of this week. but I'm.
And you
back
just
home
got back,
now.
didn't you?
I literally, I got back like I just got back. But so I haven't really been playing much. I fucked around with that game, Passepartout, where you're the painter and you actually have to make actual paintings with like a shitty MS Paint mechanic, and then you sell your paintings, which is pretty fun.
Wait, what was that? Sorry, I just blanked.
It's called Passepartout. It's like a French word, and you make paintings in game. Like you actually have to fucking draw them, and then you can put them up for sale, and like people will come by. They're like, well,
Okay, I saw Giant Bomb release a video on this
art.
thing, and I'm like, oh, this is just gonna be like that fucking Russian passport game.
I mean, it's very similar to Papers, Please, in the sense that it's not that you have to like pay attention to what's going on, but like you'll have people come in and be like, oh, well, I like his use of color here, and they buy it. So you're like, okay, what colors do I just use? But it only takes a few hours to play through the whole game. But apparently there's multiple different endings and things like that to it. And it's actually it's a fun, cute little game to pass. I was sitting in a hotel room by myself, so it was a nice little way to pass the time.
Right, you were
painting on the walls is not allowed.
Yeah,
the crayon is. They give you complimentary crayons when you go into the hotel.
Yes.
So is Atlanta? Do you do any gambling? That's the like it's kind of Vegas like. Isn't Atlanta like kind of Vegas, or is that something else?
No, that's Atlantic City.
Oh, Atlantic City. Okay, you can see my confusion.
Different sides of the country.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I didn't do any gambling. Oh, and I didn't go to, what was it called, Tux? Magic City or something? I didn't go. I didn't make it.
Oh, fine.
I did go to a really cool,
which is good because you might have had your soul stolen.
I went to a little speakeasy called Eleanor's, and
cool.
you go to this one restaurant, and at the very back wall, there's like this big, what looks like a walk-in cooler or walk-in freezer door, and you open that door, and it's just a hallway, and then you turn a corner, and this huge bar with like all these crazy cocktails and shit is in there. So that was pretty cool. That was neat.
All it takes is one cop with warm milk to walk in there and be like, I just need to refrigerate my milk real quick to make that not happen anymore.
Well, it's a legal speakeasy.
Oh, I see.
It's a hipster thing.
Speaking about a hipster thing, let's go on over to a Game Master. Dr. Wreckage. Mr. Sir Dr. Wreckage. How you doing? It's been a couple of days since we spoke to you.
It has been, yes. 1.5 days.
No, we spoke on Monday. Oh, no, we spoke on Tuesday.
We played a whole game on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot. Sometimes, like, here's the thing. When I don't render the Diet Party videos, which, by the way, I haven't been doing because I don't have my fucking PC which renders videos, time doesn't seem to exist for me. I spaced my time out by Diet Party YouTube releases, and I haven't done any this week because my computer's
right. So you have so time isn't passing.
Yeah, time isn't passing. It's all it's still Monday. I'm like, man, I'm so pumped to play LA at Night tonight.
All right. So, I don't actually care about me. So let's do the finale.
Okay, cool.
Because it's been a 25-minute intro.
Your 25-minute intro.
Thanks, man.
Oh, that's so cute.
Here's the finale. All right, everything explodes. The end. No, I'm kidding.
All right, guys. So
all right. So outro.
Do we level up?
Imagine if I slow rolled you, like made you do outros, told you all that I had a finale, and then was just like the sun explodes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And then you had to put this episode up with 25 minutes of intros, and then all I do is say the sun explodes.
The sun blows up. You all die.
Well, I would get at least one ad roll out of that, so it's not so bad.
We're gonna cut it to the quick a little bit, though. If you'll recall, last episode ended after you somewhat recklessly blew up part of a space station that is orbiting the sun in its corona, and you were jettisoned into space.
Corona.
I was gonna do the exact same thing.
And then, while you were having recovered partially from that, at least you were momentarily out of danger. A large armored, perhaps robot.
Oh yeah, there was a fucking
Oh
robot.
yeah, the robot came out. Yeah.
So we're gonna cut to you guys inside the space station, running from your lives from that robot. Because we don't need to spend 15 minutes finding out that it was extremely hostile.
Really? Was that actually
I mean,
the case?
we did just blow up its house.
Yes, you blew up its house, and then at the end of the last episode, you're like, we're going to go up and talk to it. Even though it's got, like, searchlights and has a shield and a sword.
You know.
It's clearly not looking for anybody who's committed a crime.
Is there any
could be a
laws in
rescue bot.
space? There's no laws in space.
Yeah.
All right, there's no
What's
laws
the
in
space
space.
law statute that says?
Exactly.
By space law statute, paragraph 32, section B, I own this space station by being organic life. Okay,
Nope.
so
That's not true. No, that's not true.
I mean, you could try and convince the robot of that.
Anyway, the corridors are dark except for the sparking occasionally of electricity from slits in the walls. There is no main light. You guys have entered into the space station on the opposite door as you previously left. That is to say, the long circular hallway you were in that you blew up, you have entered where the other end of that was, not where you came from.
got it.
So you don't know where you are. The robot has a energy sword that comes out of its forearm. And you have seen it cut synth and metal effortlessly.
Is it like a Halo sword, like in Halo?
No, I mean I'm
Is
a
it
big
more
fan
like
of that sword.
Luke?
No.
Lucas.
No. No.
Style laser.
No.
Like a
What
lightsaber.
about like
No.
the zealots from
A
StarCraft?
non-copyrighted weapon.
This is why this show is being canceled.
Oh.
Oh, you're the
reason why
we can't have nice things.
Because this armor is the only thing keeping you alive in the corona of the sun, we're going to assume that one of you, I don't know why we would assume this, wisely suggested that you avoid combat that could slice it open.
I pull out my bow and arrow and I take a shot at it. Twink.
No, you don't. You're right. The steam is venting from the walls, and you are going down what you believe to be the spine of the space station after having seen its full shape in the vacuum of space. Remember the gyroscope shape that it is?
Mm-hmm. There's a map of it on the thing.
It's not well drawn.
Looks like an onion.
It's a star fruit.
No.
I thought it was something dirty.
Anyway.
Can I take and give it to Kyrie?
Who? I don't know what you're talking about.
Give me the strength, Lord, to finish this episode.
I'll stop. I'm good.
Give me the strength to not just say the sun blows out. Before you rushed into the space station, not knowing where else to go, you could see and feel the space station plummeting from the sun's corona towards its fiery surface. It is losing altitude at an incredible pace, and even as you run through the corridors, once again, you have gravity and you know how to maneuver. The station is rocked by explosions and the groaning of metal, and every spark of electricity and every vent of steam seems only to hasten, a descent into a giant ball of fire, which you don't need to know that the sun is the sun and how it works to be concerned about that. Who's in front?
Me?
Yep.
I guess.
I'm right behind.
All right.
I'll be behind that.
And nigh the blind one is left
And I'll form the head. I'm in last place.
I'll go behind Nye.
Milo, you're in the front. I need a perception difficulty 3.
Okay, so difficulty 2 then.
You remember.
Here's some results from the web.
The fuck?
That wasn't me.
It was Alexa.
How can
No,
I
it
help?
wasn't.
How can I help? It must have said to that, and then it says here's some results to the web.
Aha, it wasn't mine.
You got an exceptional success. In the sparking of electricity, you see a figure, and you pause for a moment. But quickly you see the figure again, and the figure blinks along the hallway like runway lights. You all see him like a figure in a hallway in a horror
Is
game.
he holding those like?
Almost.
I don't like landing lights. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
He looks like he easily could be any one of you. A man in sort of wastelander's clothing, ragged and leather, except his whole form is like the blue part of a flame. And when he flickers in and out of existence, he lights the hallway as if he was a flame.
Okay.
And he is ahead of you, going down the corridor in the only direction that is away from the robot.
Consider myself going down that hallway.
Does anybody not want to go down the hallway now?
Is this similar to the cloak thing we saw with the flamey skull?
It is not dissimilar, but it is also distinctly different. In that they are both blue.
I mean, it wasn't.
And one looked kind of like fire.
If
And this
you-
guy looks a lot more like
If
fire.
you didn't want an answer, Doc, there you go.
Look, I gave a perfectly reasonable answer. There are similarities, but they are distinctly different. It is
It's
not.
exactly like it, but totally different. I'll follow.
That is not the words that came out of my mouth.
Imagine you had an
I-
apple, and I wanted to know if that was an orange. Okay.
And I'd be like, they have a lot of similarities, but they're also distinctly different.
You cannot compare them. Okay, Jesus.
You can. They're both fruit. It's
Yeah,
not
they're
that
both
hard.
You can indeed compare.
Yeah. You can compare apples and oranges. It's super easy. You follow down the hallway. You get to large sealed doors. For a moment, your way is barred, but there is a flash of blue light that sears the doors open, and they fall to the sides. And on the other side is the figure, and he exists in a pedestal of light here. There is blue molten metal along the floor leading from his pedestal to the door, and up along the ceiling. He has clearly blown these doors open for you with some sort of ability that is extremely destructive, and he beckons for you to come forward to his pedestal.
Is the robot still searching for us, or like was
Totally.
And we lost it?
It's you're pretty sure it's behind you. Like you went down
Okay,
a hallway
so we
that has
quickly
one
run
way.
through the door then, because
Yeah, get that.
Yeah.
standing there waiting is going to get someone stabbed in the
Does
back.
this guy seem calm?
Oh, he's totally calm.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
he did
just-
just explode a door. How calm can you possibly be?
True.
He beckons for you to approach his pedestal.
I beckon for him to approach me.
No, I go to the pedestal.
Does the door close behind us when we enter? Or?
He just blew it apart.
But you
This
know,
is
maybe
cool.
it's Numenera. He could put it back
just
together.
Reforms. It's like liquid metal door.
He
This
has.
is why the show is being canceled.
He
We're,
has.
we're standing on the sun. It's not unreasonable to think a door could just be like.
This is why the show is being canceled.
We've literally had doors that did that previously in the show.
True.
I don't
True.
think you have.
True.
I have a strong recollection of the mini.
The manse, the door kind of just like, bzz, and then. Bzz.
Yes, the door just sort of opened and closed by itself, but you didn't blow up a door and then have another door take its place.
Like, I don't know this guy's powers.
I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but this sort of. But you.
All right, he has molten blue metal powers and
you're
time
so
reversal
open-minded about this fucking door, but I put a panel of levers in front of you, and you just pull them until the space station explodes. This is why the show is being canceled. Are you sure there isn't a girl sucking me off right now? There could be. It's Numenera. Anything can happen.
Wreckage, listen. Don't get so poopy with us, okay?
We enter the room. We go to Blue Fire Person.
Milo steps up to Blue Fire Person. He says, "Yo,
hey.
You guys don't have much fucking time."
Well, I mean, we're here to save the sun.
You've done a terrible job of that so far.
Well, I mean, we got sidetracked with a thing blowing up, so...
You blew it up.
I mean, you helped us. Why would they put a lever in front of us if it blew things up?
I'm going to help you now because this is really the only thing that we can... The only thing we can do at this point is save your lives.
I mean, if the sun's going to blow up...
We can't save the sun now?
Look, I don't know anything about the sun dying or being attacked or blown up or anything. As far as I know, this space station is the only thing that is about to blow up. Okay, so this place was made to steal power from the sun and use it to grant wishes.
All right.
It's a very old place, and people haven't been here since I've been here. So, you know.
Does he just, real quickly, does he just sound like he's like, hey, what's up? Or does he sound like fiery voice sort of thing?
No, he just sounds like, hey, what's up?
Okay.
I can tell that.
So it's just like a totally normal sounding person.
Yeah.
Yep. He speaks your language.
Just a duder.
Bro. He's like eating a bag of Doritos as we walk in.
I mean, I would get into probably a very misty-eyed and cryptic explanation, but you know, you have seconds before you.
Good.
Yeah. So the gist of it is, I am also an explorer like you guys. I came here and I wished to live forever, and it turned me into this. So first things first, be careful what you wish for. But second things second, it's on the other side of these doors, and it's still drawing power from the sun, and it can still grant wishes. So
can we wish for more wishes?
No, well, it's not like a genie. It's a thing that takes power from the sun.
Oh, so yes.
No.
So could we wish for the station to not be blowing up so that we can just stay here forever and keep wishing?
Okay, so here's the thing about the wishes. I had a whole group of friends, and we all needed to use the wish maker, and they are just fucking gone. So I have no idea what happened to them.
Did you wish first or wish last?
I don't know. It's this weird like mind meld thing where one person's mind isn't enough to control the wish maker, and then so it's all very. I'm sure it would occupy 2 or 3 hours in a normal session, but because the sun's exploding, you're gonna have to get in there and just use it and see what the fuck happens.
Oh, he also gave you the power to break the fourth wall. I like that.
Oh well.
Take
well, there are a lot of walls exploding.
You learn all sorts of things when you go forever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't been able to leave the station either in centuries. So if this place blows up, I'm not quite sure if my wish is going to be granted. Turns out that being up here alone for centuries, though, is not as much better than dying. I'm sure, you know, you can figure that one out.
Are you sure your friends didn't all just like die of old age?
They weren't there the second I was back, and I was back the second we were done. I mean, I sincerely don't know what happened to them.
Maybe it was centuries later.
No.
It's possible.
I mean,
Are
my
you a
body
robot
was
by any
still
chance?
there.
You've
No,
been
no.
asleep.
No.
Just checking.
Look, the place hadn't aged at all, and I've been watching it age and deteriorate for hundreds of years since then.
So I turned to
Probably should
Nye and I'm like,
Fixed it.
do you want to wish for something?
Well, if we can't,
You
really,
all have to use the machine.
well, if we can't really do what we were going to do, I was just going to wish for us to be sent back home.
I think we all have to
We
use
could
it
go back to
together.
the valley.
I think all of our brains combined has to do it, right?
It's, look, you're gonna just, I would talk about all the mental preparation that we did and all of the research that we did before we used it and how we still didn't do it right. But like, you guys have
Wreckage.
less than 5 minutes before this station plunges into the sea.
How do we use it then?
Okay, on the other side of these doors, there's going to be a big white orb of energy, and if you physically interact with it, your mind will be in it, and once there's enough minds to control it, it'll like the collective effort and thought and will of those minds will grant a wish.
All right.
It's the only chance we've got.
What'd you say, Brian?
I said it's the only chance we've got.
Pretty much, because you also blew up the hallway to the portal that leaves out of here.
Are you going to come with us, fiery blue man?
I haven't been able to leave forever, and that portal's always been there, so I don't think I can.
I
Try.
think you means are you going to come to make the wish with us?
Oh,
Have
no,
you
I'm
tried making another wish?
I'm stuck on the pedestal, and also I can't physically interact with the white light anymore, so I can't upload my mind into it. It requires physical interaction. You guys still
I
have
see.
like less than 2 minutes. You really need to get in there.
All right.
Well, I guess let's head in there then.
Let's go.
I mean, if we've learned anything, it's that we should interact with things immediately without looking at them first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wreckage. Can I give this guy something to occupy his time for the next millennia?
Oh, he's only going to be, I mean, as he said, this station is plummeting into the sun. So, and he hasn't been able to leave the station. So he doesn't think he's immortal either. But you're more than welcome to like put a doodad at his feet. if you have to.
Can I? All right. Can I put a doodad?
Don't
at
you have
his
like a book and some crayons?
I do have a book.
You do have a book. I mean, that is not going to last centuries.
He's like, well, I could at least entertain myself for the next week.
I wonder how long before I run out of coloring parts on this book. And then later it's just like literally all just color.
I
because
still have.
he keeps writing over it and 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 over it.
I still have the broken mass nodule in my hand or whatever. Can I give that to him? Just be like, here you go. Just,
Yeah, it's just an empty piece of metal now.
Here's the
Take this. You might need it.
this might entertain you. Might like find something to do with this for the next 7 billion years.
You let go of it and it passes through his ephemeral hand and hits the floor with a clank. And he's like, thanks.
This is kind of like the story of the blind man, of the man who's left eternity with his own books, but then his glasses break.
Yep.
This is the story of the man who I
Good
thought
thing
that he
I
was
can
gonna be
read Braille, and then his hands fall off, and he's like, nah.
This is the story of the man who thought he was going to be alone for centuries, and then some people showed up and then blew up the station, and they have seconds to get home before they die. And he was kind of a nice person and really wants them not to die in the process, so is ushering them as quickly as he can into the next room.
All right.
For the wish maker. The doors.
Does he really want us to go though? Because I mean, he's got to be pretty low. He's like, you guys just leaving now? Are you?
It's
you don't
plummeting into the sun. I appreciate all of the thought you guys are giving to this guy who's trapped here for eternity.
Now get out of my swamp.
But he's about to plummet into the sun. He's about to plummet into the sun.
Yep.
He doesn't care anymore.
Let's All right.
Let's go.
Let's wish room.
All right. So on the other side of the double doors is a very large spherical space that is so large. It has gravity along the exterior, but up in the center. You know what I'm saying? You like walk along the walls and stay connected to it. It has like dome gravity as opposed to central gravity. And in the center is this pulsating, flickering, dying ball of white light. But not so bright that you can't look at it, right? It's almost like exactly the right amount of light to be looked at and seen and sort of comprehended.
Like a fluorescent tube.
There are very clear pathways off of the walls to walk up to it. There's no pomp here, though. There's no... The room is not designed in such a way as to think that this is revered or ceremonious, or it's all very industrial, very like space techy,
matter of factly.
It's like it's there. It's been designed to be there. There's like hand railings. You half expect like an OSHA poster to be like, only 7 people may use the Wishmaker at any one time. Always wear eye protection, and like that's what this room looks like.
In case of internal damnation, please break glass.
Yeah, actually, yeah, sort of. It has a very New Doom with the like the science
demon
around.
Summoning in progress.
Yeah, demon invasion in progress. Demon invasion in progress. We're sorry. There's the demonic presence in your room is too high, so the doors have been locked. Like it does have.
In
it
case
does
of
have
emergency,
that sort of
grab
feel.
shotgun. Yeah.
All right. So what do?
All right. Yeah. Walking up and
reach out and touch.
Walking
face.
up the rail.
Let's mind meld that shit.
Does anybody not?
I mean, you said that there's multiple paths and things like leading up around the room, right? Do they all like kind of lead to the same point, or they all lead to different things?
They lead to different. They basically lead so that you can be spread out, and there are 8 possible sort of stations for a person to stand in.
Oh,
Jesus.
sorry.
What did you do? I thought that was Pian for a second.
No, that was the wiener dog. Ian's greatest wish is to be a Chewini.
My greatest wish is to be a Chewini. He's not lying.
I don't know what a Chewini is, but it sounds like
a Chihuahua and a wiener dog.
That's disgusting. Why would you put? That's like asking to be like a midget. Like.
I know. I wish. No, like genuinely, I wish I was 4'11". Like
anyway,
I genuinely.
Anyway. This Wishmaker will not work in the real world. You do not get to grant our real world wishes. Is there anybody in the party who does not interact with the Wishmaker?
I mean, we kind of all don't have much choice.
Yeah, fuck it.
I mean, Otto can live in space, right?
Yeah.
Not a robot.
I had to get one more in there. One last one. All right.
I wish this was a beer just for comedic effect.
I'll drink them for you, Rick.
Oh yeah, can you do like woo? Yeah, thank you. Anyway, so does anybody not interact with it? No. I need everybody to roll a 1d20.
Ooh.
Oh great, here we go.
Okay.
And while you're rolling that 1d20, I need everybody in Discord, as I've reminded you earlier, to send me secretly
fucking Otto and Monty. God damn.
I need everyone to send me secretly your character's sincerest wish and desire.
Okay. I mean, you're asking me who has a mouse
Hold on a second.
to type. To send you
Why don't you have a keyboard?
Because I've been over this, man.
I told you I'd have to. Now, no, and I want to make this clear before you start sending them, because you already have. This is not in the moment what your character's sincerest wish is. Send me what your character wants most in the world.
I don't need to change mine.
Your deepest, darkest, sincerest, subconscious. Get at what your character wants. Because in the moment, you all want to get out alive, obviously. But
yeah, I don't need to change mine.
Oh, okay. So
I'm good.
all right. So then I'll delete that, and then
you didn't have to delete it. I did see it. I understand.
well, yeah, it would be different if it's like the inner sincere. If I could change something about the world, what would I change? Kind of thing, like.
While you guys are typing, I'll tell you sort of how this feels. The first person to touch is overwhelmed by a cacophony of knowledge that is overwhelming, as if you are hearing too much and smelling too much and seeing too much and feeling too much all at once. And as each person touches the white light, it becomes less of an overwhelming cacophony and more of a discernible pattern of information. But with only 5 of you, it is clear that that is not enough. There is still so much cacophony. And in that cacophony, you feel the Wishmaker reach out into your mind. And rather than you telling it what you want, it is like a beast clawing for something in its dying moments. It is searching for a wish. It searches for the wish. It wants the wish. It needs the right wish. And you can't keep it out of your mind, nor can you steer its direction with the 5 of you. You try as hard as you can. And as I read these posts, interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Right.
Oh God, I hope he picks me.
Cut to the exterior of the station. As the 8 of you are controlling the Wishmaker, the screen goes white, and we cut to the exterior of the station. We see, in a very sci-fi cinematic-y way, it disintegrate as it descends into the sun's core, and a very Star Wars like white shockwave goes as the core of the space station hits the sun, and ripples into space and sort of dissipates.
The sun gets its own wish. Nice.
Maybe not. that maybe isn't what happened.
Finally. I wish for more wishes. And it's just like...
I wish to be pretty.
What we really learned was
nobody looks at me.
What we really learned was that the sun was inside us all along.
I wish for an entire race of people to be born that would favor me.
We fade to black.
After fading to white? Man.
We didn't fade to white. It whited out and then cut to the space station exploding, and then we fade to black.
Okay.
So is that a sex scene?
Do we get like the scene of the fiery guy being like, "Well, it's living," and then it's just.
Oh my God.
We see, the town, Xanadu. It is whole. The camera goes through the bustling marketplace to find V-3N selling his wares in good business with the townsfolk. We see the manse of Xanadu whole and undamaged, and the camera follows it down into the bowels where you had your previous adventure there.
The giant
door,
stone face thing, you mean?
The door opens to where you found Otter. And instead of Otter, a 20-something male is waking up for the first time in the hallway, and he is feeling around, coming to his senses groggy, and then like bolts upright, looks at himself, and runs through the corridors out into the manse yard where servants are like, who the fuck are you? And like trying to stop him. And he runs out of the manse gates and into the city, and he's looking around everywhere. And he sees Ven, and he runs up and says, Ven, what the hell happened?
It looks like you need clothing. How about 40...
40 shins for a sock.
Ven's irises focus and refocus on the individual while cocking his head in a very robotic fashion. And he says, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I don't understand the question. And he says, Ven, I'm Phil. Only I have a...
He's admitted that his name's Phil. He said it was Phil. It's not Philandus at all. It's Phil.
What an asshole. Calls himself Philandus when his name is Phil.
You guys insisted on calling him Phil. Everyone called him Phil, so he's saying what he was called. It's me. It's Phil. I don't know what happened, though. I just woke up where I was. And Ven replies, I'm sorry, I don't know a Phil. Phil tries to remind Ven of your group and the last thing that you did and the girl and the narthex to try and fill in the blanks of what has happened.
Fill in the blanks.
But Ven insists that he has a perfect robot memory and he has never met Phil, a brain in a jar, or anybody meeting any of your descriptions.
I pushed the button on the jar.
There is no jar. You're not there. The camera continues. We work our way back and we see that the town has not been destroyed. The pass in the mountain has not been cleared or endangered. There is no giant worm carcass. There
no flies being like
no. We see as we sort of montage backwards through your adventures, the bandits have not been killed. The town has not been saved from the what was it, the crab monster. It's called like a Memotep or something.
Oh yeah.
The guy with all the heads on him.
Right.
People.
The yellow dudes are still stealing children.
We montage backwards and we see an old man.
Got my fishing rod.
Sky,
Fuck that guy.
sky fishing for skyfish scales.
Fuck
I
that
should have
guy.
wished for his head to explode.
Old Pete.
Right.
And still dreaming of one day finding his
Magnum opus.
his ship that you blew up.
Mm-hmm.
There is no crashed ship.
Yeah, we never did work out what exactly that thing did to the world. I kind of wish we did.
It crashed somewhere and did horrible things.
Knowing us, it probably like leveled the most peaceful village in the entire planet. It just
Knowing us, it probably
steamrolled
leveled
the whole
our
thing.
village.
This is one of those sort of montages where like the ending theme has started to play and the credits have just barely started to roll. And for those of you who watched the original Full Metal Alchemist, but not the better one, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, at the end, Alphonse has his body, but Edward is missing, and they don't know what happened, and nobody
Fucking
remembers.
Spoilers, holy shit.
Yeah, and I mean, I prefaced it. It's not the good one anyway. Don't worry, it's not also the canonical ending. Phil sort of gears up and sets off. And he goes to all these places asking about you, and there is no recollection of any of you or any of the things that you did. And he discovers at least that he has woken up several months before when it was that he encountered you, after you sort of gave him a date and etc.
So the next thing he needs to do is cut off his own head and put it in a jar.
He returns to the valley, and there, he is able to prove his identity. He's returned from a lost expedition, and he is talking about this expedition that saved him and that disappeared into the narthex.
We were the lost expedition.
And
What?
no.
My brain just fell out of my mouth.
I am a brain in a jar. Oh my god.
Someone pushed my brain jar button.
No, the other one.
This is why this show's getting cancelled,
No, I thought that was. I legitimately thought that's what was happening.
I thought that was what was happening too. Sorry.
I wasn't.
No, this is just months before you met him, and he goes back to the valley and he's asking around, and none of the people who should know of your existence know of any of you.
Even in the valley?
Even in the valley. It's not just that your adventure has never happened, but
we just never existed.
Well,
But Phil knows.
Phil knows, and Phil has memories.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but
a couple of days ago he was a brain in a jar. You can't really trust
You're a
anything
brain
he
in a
says.
jar. God.
And now he's got a body, and
Nice.
he was separated from his body. We end Numenera on Phil resolving to discover what has happened to you all.
That's it?
And
Oh, okay.
the knowledge that several of your wishes have been granted, and that even though only you know what your wish is, you presume that the other people's wishes were also granted in some form. So if that's true, what will Phil discover? Will he find what has become of you? And what did the others wish?
Well, whose wish got granted? I guess that's Pian's.
At least Pian's?
Okay. How did you decide which one is the one that gets? Because there's 2 20s in there. So.
I mean, I did just say that everybody's wish got granted in some way.
Yeah, I was gonna say some of mine were in there
exactly
too.
what he just said.
Really?
Brian's was in there.
Mine, I don't see how mine was, but
Do you not?
no.
All right. Well, then you'll just have to think on that one because yours was totally granted too. In
I mean,
fact,
at least
everybody's wish was granted.
Sure. Okay. I don't remember it. Yeah. No, I don't think mine was in there, but yeah.
Yours is
Didn't
in
see
there.
what happened with the
Very
the
obvious.
cultists. What happened with the cultists? Did they die? The cult leader.
No, I mean in this timeline you never interfered.
So we never stopped any of that happening.
No.
You never threw him off the balcony or whatever the hell it was.
You did.
He was already dead.
He was already dead.
True.
You never desecrated his corpse in front of families.
It's only meat.
Oh my god. This show needs to end.
I've got good news.
So I mean, let's go around and say what our wishes were.
I would rather keep it a secret.
Really? Fuck you. I wouldn't. Because I don't. Someone's gonna have to fucking tell me if they heard mine in there because I fucking didn't. So
I will explain to you how your wish was granted after we go out.
God.
Fair.
I mean, we're never gonna come back to this. What's the harm in talking about what our wishes were?
I don't believe we won't ever come back to Numenera, and maybe I want to keep it canonical if we do.
All right. Okay.
Numenera 2: The
Yeah.
Adventures of Phil.
Yeah. It's just
I call playing Phil.
Damn it.
He didn't talk like that.
He does now. You haven't
He
talked.
does now, yeah.
All right, everybody.
It's
Let's
me,
go
Phil.
get 'em.
We all play different psychotic breaks of Phil. After
Wait, what's that game? Everyone is
everyone is
John.
Phil.
everyone is John. Yeah, everyone is Phil.
Everyone is Phil.
Everyone is John. It's been a long time since we played that.
That game is
It's been
incredibly
years.
popular.
We used to do that basically every single time a show didn't go up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
that was our
fun.
go-to one shot for a long time.
It was a good one shot. Yeah. We should play that again. Anyways, I think that wraps up Numenera in a slightly confusing bow, but that's pretty much Numenera in a nutshell. Slightly confusing.
Basically.
So let's go
And
around.
bows.
Let's go around and say one final thing about Phil and why we don't like him. Otter, aka Pian. Let's start with you. Why don't you like Phil?
I think Phil is a great character, and there's nothing wrong with him.
All right. Nye, aka Taxidermist. Why do you hate Phil?
I don't hate Phil. I liked Phil.
Yeah, fuck you.
I was good with everybody.
All right. Monte, aka Duck Gust. Why do you hate Phil? And what has he done to your family?
I didn't really have a problem with Phil. It was old Pete that I wanted to fuck.
Yeah, fuck that
And
guy.
not the nice kind of fuck.
like a slow
Freaking old
hate
Pete.
fuck.
The angry fuck.
Like a
hate fuck.
yeah. All right, Koanga, aka Spoot Lord 76,000.
I don't think any of you realize how close I was to pushing Phil's button when we first found him.
Yeah.
I'm talking. It was so fucking close. Like, and Monty, I think, was even egging me on at that point.
I wanted you to push the other buttons. I wanted you to just keep pushing them until one of the other ones turned on.
Remember the last time we pushed a bunch of buttons? Remember how that worked out? Well, we didn't push a bunch of buttons, but we turned a bunch
It was
of things.
levers.
and,
We got wishes.
Yeah, I don't know what the like.
Now we don't exist.
Seems like it worked out.
And I
Wanted to
guess
push the button.
if Milo had to say how much he hated Phil, at least he wasn't a robot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Boy.
Got him.
got him.
Got him. All right, and our game master, aka Dr. Wreckage. Why did you hate Phil?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I think Phil is going to have a very interesting movie following the series. That also
I could get like
launches
a
the next
mini series on Netflix.
Oh, this is gonna be one of those awful fucking side story things, isn't it? Where it's like you know how much you like imagine Firefly, but it was like, here's Firefly from the perspective of a side character you didn't really like. It's like,
I mean, basically what's happened is the series caught up to the manga and they didn't have a good ending. So
they stirred the ramen with a Rasengan for 20 episodes. Yeah.
Right. They've done this sort of time warp, and then when the manga catches up, it'll be like, oh, we just catch up, and Phil found everybody, and then there's another time thing, and everything's just right back on track where the manga left off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much sums up Yonder. Sorry if we didn't get a chance. I feel like we didn't get a chance to do Numenera justice, to be honest with you. There was a lot of...
I agree, which is why
a lot of issues and stuff like that. That's why I've left an out narratively. See, this is a perfectly fine ending that also has hooks if we ever want to come back to it.
Yep,
maybe not even with the same people. There have been 5 wishes granted that have been powerful enough to rewrite time. So what does that mean for the other wishes that the other people made? Which we don't even know what they are. Yeah. See?
Okay. Well, we'll find out, but you won't. Sorry. So, yeah, let's end it there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you haven't already done so, consider following the channel. And if you're feeling real saucy, why not join the cockpit and get access to my cock and spread that shit all over Twitch?
Yep.
It works. I like it.
We had a conversation last time we signed off. Like, what is his welcome? Because Henpire's dumb. And then we had some, like, I was like, Hen House. Absolutely. And then... was it Farrell in the chat?
Farrell came up.
Yeah, Farrell in the chat said, "Welcome to the cockpit," and we were all like,
"It's the early 2000s, and you're still able to walk inside of a plane cockpit. That's why you give me money." Now I
don't. Oh, I think there are so many times when I would love to just have a button that replaced my webcam with the Jackie Chan.
Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Keep your eye out on Discord for information about the next games, because we've got a lot of changes coming in the next couple of weeks as to the Die Party lineup. I'm going to say it right here and now. Tux is going to take over the Tuesday. It's not Tuesday, the Thursday slot, aka this slot right here.
He has no idea what day it is.
Yeah.
I haven't released a video in a while, okay? So Tux is going to take over this slot. We're going to have the same crew, maybe minus a wreckage. It really depends if he wants to come back or not. But we're going to
stay, motherfucker.
Yeah. We're gonna be playing a new game. We're solidifying that, but there probably will be.
I pray that you like it.
Yeah, it's going to be something.
I eat, pray, love that you like it.
Yeah, it's gonna be like we're gonna be reaching out.
For the love of God, just end it.
We're gonna be reaching out to a higher power.
Please just end it. I don't want this show to be happening anymore. We cancel it. It's the finale. Get the fuck out. Hit the eject button. End the stream.
So
you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
As always, you can find the schedule over on !schedule, where you can find out all the stuff about what's happening with Die Party.
Why do I feel like we're waterboarding Wreckage right now?
Because Wreckage needs to poop, okay? Wreckage needs to poop. Good night, guys.
Bye.
I don't need to poop.